the way white people be hating on Simone Biles really needs to be studied. So I just scrolled past a video, and the caption on the video was, if gymnastics is art, then this triple double is the Mona Lisa, right? So it was a video of Simone Biles doing whatever a triple double is, okay? Now, this is my thing. We all know that Simone Biles is that girl when it comes to gymnastics, right? So one comment said, could she do this without the springy floorboard? Now, my question is, can you do this even with it, first of all, right? And then second of all, if the springy floorboard is what is giving her the ability to do this, then why is she the only one who can do it, okay? Now, I don't know about this move exactly. Maybe other people are doing triple doubles, but I know there's been a number of moves that have been named after Simone Biles because she was the first person to do them in competition. So if the floorboard being springy is what is enabling her to do all these fantastic moves, then everybody should be doing these moves, right? Yet that is not the case. In fact, Simone Biles used to be getting cheated because her moves were too complicated, and the judges were like, oh, we don't want anyone else to try this because they might hurt themselves. Like, literally, she's that innovative on the floor, right? But you sitting here trying to act like she's not doing something that is out of this world. Like, huh? Then there were a couple of comments that compared her to two women named Nadia and Olga. They were like, oh, Simone Biles is all right, but she's nothing like Nadia and Olga. Who? First of all, who even is that? Like, the fact that can't nobody tell you who that is, that goes to show you right there who is more popping in the sport, right? But then my other thing is this, right? These comments were comparing Simone Biles' gracefulness and artistry and whatever to Olga and Nadia, right? And this is my thing. First of all, you all associate whiteness with graciousness, period, right? So somebody can be white and have two left feet, and you're still going to say they're the most graceful thing in the world. That's the first reality, right? But this is the second reality. Maybe Simone Biles is not the most grateful performer. Maybe she's more about technical and complicated skills as opposed to artistry or whatever, right? This is the reality though. Simone Biles is taking gymnastics to a new level. She is. That's the reality of the fact. You can look. Matter of fact, I can get on a gymnastics floor right now and be graceful. Pop a pose. That doesn't take much. It doesn't, right? What Simone Biles is exhibiting is something that takes immense skill, okay? So you sitting here trying to pretend that some shit that really don't take much, because again, me and you can get up on the gymnastics floor right now and be graceful, right? It really doesn't take much skill or hard work to be graceful, okay? But, you know, what does take a lot of skill and hard work, learning how to do all those flips, all those crazy flips, go up in the air, come down and not break your damn neck. That takes a lot, okay? So you all are sitting here trying to put her down because Nadia and Olga are more graceful. Nadia and Olga suck ass. I don't even know who them bitches is, and I'll sit there and I will say that. Because, like I said, for the third time, anybody can get up, strike a pose. I'm so graceful. Not everybody can get out there and do what Simone Biles is doing, which is why Nadia and Olga whack asses don't do it. Yeah. Something that really needs to be studied is non-black people's visceral reaction to black people being better than them at something. Because this doesn't start or stop with Simone Biles. This is something that regular black people go through every day. Like, let me tell y'all an example, actually. So I applied for this job, right? And I went in for the interview. And there were two women interviewing me, right? And one of the women was Indian, okay? Now, this woman, she was like the direct supervisor of the department that I was applying for. So, you know, it makes sense that she was there, right? And the other woman, let's say that was her boss, okay? So the woman who was my direct supervisor, right, who would end up being my direct supervisor because I did get this job, right? She was an Indian woman, right? And at the interview, I kid you not, she said, oh my God, your resume is so, what did she say? She said, your resume is so amazing. And then she said, I was thinking like, oh my God, is she smarter than me? And then, you know, she laughed like it was a joke. And, you know, I laughed too. Because, you know, like, I'm at an interview. But I was thinking that was very fucking odd. That was a very odd comment to make, right? And let me tell you something. I did end up getting that job. And when I tell you, that bitch was the worst. Like, literally, I swear to God, she was envious of me or something. Like, I swear to God, because this is my thing. First of all, she was 10 years older than me, right? So I'm coming to a new job. You're my direct supervisor, right? You 10 years older than me. You have all this experience, right? You would think you would be like, okay, let me take you under my wing and help you out. That bitch left me for dead, y'all. I had a much harder time at that job than I needed to have because she would go out of her way to leave me hanging. I'm not even joking. Like, one time I needed a specific supply, right? So I went to her because, again, she's the direct supervisor of my department. I was like, hey, like, can you, no, because she had just used this supply for something. So I said, oh, do you have any more of ABC left over? Because I need some, right? So she was like, no, I don't have none left over. So first of all, I'm thinking to myself, you know good and fucking well we do the same job, bitch. So I'm going to need ABC. So why wouldn't you make sure there was enough for me? Because, again, this is my direct supervisor. This is not my coworker. So this is her job to make sure there is enough of every reagent, whatever, right? So then I'm like, oh, okay, there's no more. So then I'm like, can you order some more? Because I do need it. And she's like, oh, you can put the order in something, right? Now, mind you, I don't know how to put no orders in. Nobody showed me that. That was probably her job to show me it, right? So then I emailed the big boss. I was like, okay, I need some of ABC, and so-and-so told me to order it. I don't know how to put orders in. I name dropped her in the email because you got to be passive aggressive with these people the way that they are, right? So I didn't cut up or nothing. I wasn't cussing or nothing. I just was like, I need some of ABC. I spoke to so-and-so about it. She told me to order it. So I'm reaching out to you because I think you above the orders or whatever, right? So I guess they said something to her because they like, girl, it's your job to order shit, right? So then after that, she came to me. She was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put it in with the next order, so-and-so. And so I'm thinking to myself, bitch, why didn't you just do that to begin with? Like when I told you I needed this and, you said there was no more, why wouldn't you be like, okay, I'm going to order it? Because that is your job, right? But this is the point that I'm making. She went out of her way to make my life as miserable as possible because she was jealous of me, bro. She was threatened by the idea that I might be smarter than her, that I might be better than her at the job. I swear to God. Then this is what put the icing on the cake, right? All right. Because before the Indian lady even said this, I could tell the vibe was off. The vibe was completely off. Like I said, she left me for dead. Like, she was my direct supervisor and she wouldn't help me out with nothing, literally, right? So one day me and this Indian lady is talking because my thing is this. Okay, I come to work for 8 hours a day. The least I could try to do is, not be miserable while I'm here, right? That's the thing I don't like about, like, the older generation. Now, mind you, this Indian lady wasn't that much older than me. She was only, like, 10 years older than me, right? But even that small of an age gap, once you get to, like, the mid-30s and up, they be acting so weird at work. Like, bro, we at work to get some money and go home. All these other dynamics and all this work beef and shit, don't nobody care about that. Like, what the hell? They be acting like work is really they real lives, they personal lives. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So, I was like, let me try to be on nice terms with this woman because, again, I got to see her ass 8 hours a day, right? So we sitting there having a conversation, right? And we end up talking about this one lady, Jasmine. Now, Jasmine is black, right? Jasmine works in a different department. But I will tell y'all the truth. Jasmine is a very, very unlikable woman. She got a badass attitude. She just, like, I'm not going to hold y'all. Like, when I go to work and there's not a lot of black people, of course, I want to, be friendly with the black folks. But Jasmine was just, oh, hell no, right? So me and the Indian lady, we sitting here having this conversation, right? And again, I told y'all Jasmine gets brought up. Okay, and I'm like, I don't know what Jasmine's problem is because, mind you, Jasmine like 45. I'm like, maybe she going through menopause or something because I'm not going to hold y'all. When I'm on my period, I be in a bad mood. So I cannot imagine how bad menopause is, right? So then the Indian lady is like, yeah, she really has like the mad black woman stereotype, like really summed up or something, right? Whatever she said, she called Jasmine a mad black woman, okay? And at that point, I was like, oh, because, bitch, you just put in the words exactly what I was thinking. Because, bitch, I knew you didn't like black people. And now you just told me to my face. And I'm confused on why she told me that shit. Like, did she think I was going to be like, oh, yeah, Jasmine's a mad black woman, but I'm one of the good ones. Like, why would you say that? After that, I just stopped talking to her. And no, I did not go to HR or nothing because, it's going to be her word versus mine. Like, I don't have any proof that she said it, right? So I was just, I stopped speaking to her. Like, any efforts at being cordial were done because, bitch, you just put into words that you racist, which I already assumed based off how you treated me. But now you set it in stone. And this is my thing. Don't get me wrong. Jasmine really was a bitch. I'm not going to hold y'all, right? Like, she really was. But for a non-black person to call her a mad black woman, bitch, I don't like. No, that's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it at all. Like, you could have went about that any variety of ways. And my issue with that is that y'all stereotypes are y'all first line of defense. That's my thing, right? Because even with a black woman who don't got an attitude problem, y'all still apply all that shit to them too. So like, no, like, and that's what I'm saying, right? I'm telling you, I swear to God, that Indian lady, she was threatened by me. I swear to God, because this is the reality. If I wanted to, I could have took that bitch job. That's the reality, bitch. But I didn't want that motherfucking job because I'm not gonna hold y'all. I don't be wanting leadership roles. That's extra work, bitch. And it don't be enough money to match. Now, if it was enough money to match, I'd be like, oh yeah, put me in leadership. But no. So, bitch, I don't even want your fucking job. And you sitting there acting all nasty and shit because you scared somebody might take it. But that boils down to the fact that, like I said, non-black people really be threatened by us being better than them at shit. And it goes back to the fact that these people are really taught that black people are beneath them. They're taught that black people are unintelligent and yada, 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 right? So they never believe that a black person can be more educated than them or better at whatever than them or anything like that. So when a black person comes along, and they are, these people, they get very angry.